Habits determine the quality of your life. That means that the only obstacle between you and your dream life are your habits. So imagine what your life would look like if you stayed consistent, and after this video, you have no excuses. What are habits? Habits are behaviors that we do automatically, regularly, and a lot of the time subconsciously. They have a trigger such as a time of day or an emotional state, and they have the behavior, which is the habit or the action, and they have an instant reward to reinforce that behavior. But why does this matter? Because 40% of our behaviors are made subconsciously throughout the day, and we can use this to our advantage, and we can intentionally create triggers to automate certain habits and behaviors that we want to include in our lives to achieve our dream life. Why are we never consistent with our habits? Simply put, we don't have a system in place for building habits and being consistent with them. A study from the UK found that 64% of people abandon their New Year's resolutions within a month, which means we're all doing something wrong and something needs to change. In the next section of this video, I'm going to go through the 5 common mistakes that we make when it comes to building habits and how we can be consistent with them instead. The first mistake we make when it comes to setting habits is we have unspecific and vague habits. So we need to be clear with what exactly our goals are, and we need to have habits that directly correlate and link to them. For example, your goal might be to lose weight, which is great, but your habits need to be specific. So what are you going to do to lose weight? Are you going to be going to the gym? How often are you going to the gym? Which gym? When? Set a specific time. And I also have a video on goal setting if you're unsure about what your goals for 2024 are. You should also have a strong why. What is your reason for making these habits and these goals? I recommend you take the time to journal these questions and think about, what do you really want when it comes to goals and your habits? What about your current situation makes you feel unfulfilled, unsatisfied, unhappy? Why? How does that make you feel? And keep this safe so that you can look at it in the future when you're feeling demotivated and down. You need to be specific with your goals, have a set time and place. For example, I'm going to work out in the living room at 8 p.m. every day. And sometimes we often forget about these habits and we get busy with the day, so definitely set a reminder on your phone. I also recommend using the free habit tracker app because you can visually see your progress of the habits that you're doing, and you can also see the habits that you've not been able to keep up with, and maybe there's some friction that you need to reduce. Another way you can be consistent with your goals is to manufacture your triggers. So you can change your environment, for example, laying down your workout clothes in the evening so they're the first thing you see in the morning, or you could find an anchor, which is the concept mentioned in the book called Tiny Habits, and it explains that you should link your habits to something that you already do. For example, every time you check your phone, you've got to sip some water, you've got to have a glass of water. The second mistake we make when it comes to setting goals is that we're not consistent enough for a long time and we want these easy quick fixes. According to James Clear, it actually takes between 66 and 254 days to build an automatic habit. So that is around 2 to 8 months. Because this is a lifestyle change, it is not a quick fix that you can do overnight and you'll somehow achieve your dreams and your goals. Because the reality is, if it was easy, everyone would do it, and if it was easy, everyone would do it. You also need to prepare yourself in advance for the time lag between the actions you take consistently and the results you see. We often experience disappointment after being consistent for maybe 21 days or 30 days of a habit because we don't see the instant result that we're looking for. And this is something you need to prepare yourself for in advance. There is a time lag, which James Clear in his book Atomic Habits mentions and names the plateau of latent potential. which is where it takes longer than expected to see the results of those goals. So a mindset shift for you is to think of habits as compound interest. At the start, it doesn't feel like a lot, it doesn't feel like there's any results or change, but over time this becomes drastic and it catches momentum, and these changes significantly impact your life. Remember, it's okay to miss a day of your habits, especially if there is a valid reason, so don't beat yourself up about that, but never miss 2 days. I would also recommend reflecting and writing down, even if it's a short sentence, of how you felt after achieving your habits. Maybe it doesn't have to be individually after each habit, but it could be at the end of the day, and you can journal and think about how you felt after achieving those habits, because likely it is positive and you can hold on to that and remember that for the next time you feel demotivated, and it will also intrinsically motivate you to stick to your habits. Another reason why we stick to our bad habits is because there is an instant reward. So we need to manufacture an instant reward for those good habits that we are trying to implement so that we stick to them, one that doesn't affect our goals negatively. An example of an instant reward is if your goal is to work out, once you've finished working out, you can watch a YouTube video, because that reinforces the behavior and it seems positive. You become excited to receive that reward of watching a YouTube video once you've worked out. The third mistake we make when it comes to our habits is we set these unrealistic and extreme goals. For example, going from never stepping foot into a gym to setting a habit of going to the gym 4 times a week. It's not possible because you've never done it before. So instead, you need to ease yourself into your habits. Start small and start as easy as possible, and you can ramp up the intensity as you go along over time. You need to set easy, low friction habits so that you can overachieve and outperform them and trick your mind into thinking they're so easy, they won't take long, it doesn't feel like a chore, let me quickly get it out of the way, because the hardest part is actually getting started. Also, having too many habits can cause overwhelm and stress and lead us to procrastinate and not achieve our habits or goals. So instead, you need to start with a few habits, and as soon as you've mastered them, you can increase the intensity of them or the quantity of them. Fourth mistake is having habits that are rigid and not flexible, because let's be honest, life gets in the way sometimes. So we need alternatives. So when we can't get to the gym in the morning at 6 a.m, we have the options to change maybe the location, the timing, or the duration of our workout, or the type of workout that we're doing, so that we don't beat ourselves up, but we have this flexibility. We constantly need to be assessing our habits, our successes, what's working, why is it working, and maybe use that in other areas that are not working and see what's not working, why it's not working. Maybe you could reduce some of the friction, the type of habit, the duration, maybe the location, instead of working out at the gym if you're not being consistent and not showing up. The fifth mistake we make when it comes to habits is relying on motivation and discipline. We rely on discipline for our habits, and this is where we push ourselves even when we don't feel like it to fulfill our habits and to take action. But in the end, this just makes it feel like a chore and we don't enjoy it, we don't have a fun time doing it. Or we try and inspire ourselves and motivate ourselves to do our habits and live this dream life that we have in our mind, but this often doesn't last and isn't sustainable. So what do we do when this is missing? And this is where the unblock method comes in, which is a concept mentioned by Ali Abdaal in his new book Feel Good Productivity, where he says that the unblock method encourages us to understand why we're feeling bad about work in the first place and tackle the issue head on. So when it comes to your habits, you should ask yourself the question, what's blocking me from doing the work and doing my habits, which I know will take me to my dream life, which I know are positive and will benefit me, that maybe I want to do, but I've just been procrastinating on. For example, not going to the gym even though you know the health benefits. Maybe it's because you're afraid of what you look like and making mistakes. And then I recommend coming up with solutions. So for example, maybe joining a gym that is non-commercial, or checking the busy times and going to the gym when it's the quietest, or maybe building yourself up by starting out with classes. I know this is a lot of information, so to make this easy for you, I've put all of these tips that I've told you into a free PDF, which is linked in the description down below, which you can look at, refer to as a checklist whenever you're making new habits, or if you want to tweak your old habits that maybe you're not as consistent with and reduce the friction, make them easier. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video and getting to the end. Let me know in the comments below what your 2024 habits are. And with that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.